Hey guys, so I'm in the studio. I'm doing a YouTube video on this eBay. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about just a bit of a scenario about what's going on right now. eBay sales are absolutely through the floor. I have never in my entire time seen a drop so vast in all the years that I've been doing eBay. We have currently expectations to be doing approximately £500,000 a year. But since November 2024, when GPSR hit, our sales have continued to decline to a point where we're only doing an average of £220,000 a year. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set out a video. This video is going to show you what I used to do, what I'm doing right now, and what I intend to do to change what is going on with eBay. Now, how am I supposed to survive a sales drop of 50% with no foreseeable agreement from eBay, no conclusion, no resolution, nothing, just pure denial. eBay hasn't even spoken of these sales, and yet I scour the forums, I listen to other YouTubers, and I see a lot of people saying that their sales are absolutely destroyed. So I need to survive. I need to keep my staff employed. How am I going to do this? Well, it's very simple. Number one is I have to change. I have to leave eBay. Not fully, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a software program that takes my products out of eBay, transfer them to other destinations such as Depop, Vinted, even whatnot. Whatever I can do, Etsy, the whole lot. Transfer them all and use a cross-link platform. Now, I have actually found a cross-link platform that can handle my 65 to 75,000 listings that are active on eBay. The reason that I'm getting so many listings online and still making, like, literally the last day when I had, that's it, I'm done, when the straw that broke the camel's back was £270 sales. That's to feed 4 full-time members of staff working on my eBay platform, and them being paid way above minimum wage with a hell of a lot more benefits than the average member of staff. How am I supposed to do this? I can't do it on eBay's selling platform anymore, so I need to move, and that's what I'm going to do. So during this little 5-minute, 10-minute, whatever it is video that I'm going to do for you, this is going to be unedited. Remember, you've seen a lot less of me recently, and the reason is that I am so up to my eyeballs with the construction, with the rentals. We've started buying a few properties again, and selling a few properties, that is. So we're changing our rental portfolio. So a lot has been going on in my time, and I don't have anyone here in the studio to assist me with the video editing and the other bits and pieces. I just haven't had time to get a member of staff that I trust. So back to the eBay scenario. This is a big concern for me, what has happened. I believe that November 2024 was when it started. What happened in the same time was GPSR. So what I'm doing is I have multiple eBay channels, and I'm going to delete every single product from all these channels and put them all into one giant channel. Anchor Store, £400 plus VAT per month subscription. And this is going to be where I will put a majority of my products in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to go and start moving my products using Crosslink. I will send a link in below here and in my bio of where this is. It's a good program. I've trialed it. I've been working through it since the problem started in November, trying to find a new system. I used to use a thing called InkFrog. I still currently use them, but I intend to unsubscribe from their services. Now, Crosslink seems to be the answer. I'm noticing a few flaws, but I will show you these flaws either in this video or in upcoming videos about how I am going to pull my business away or alleviate my losses away from eBay's sheer platform loss. Now, it's like I would like to say it's like a recession, and it's wide to Vinted, it's wide to whatnot. It ain't. I was on whatnot today, And I could not believe the amount of sales these people were making. Yes, they were giving it all away, but they could afford to because of the whatnot prices and fees. I'm currently now paying 34% in fees to eBay. And I was looking at their share reports. They're saying that they've taken 9% dive in seller and user interaction on their platform since last year. However, their sales have sustained. And that's why, because my fees have gone up, and so's everyone else here that most likely watch this channel. So, and it's hidden. Remember that. There's a lot of hidden charges going on. There's no upfront fees advisory anymore. You will find that if you just simply look at your sales, simply look at your costs, you will find eBay are taking between 34 and, if you're a bad seller, 40% of your money. That's not viable, and it will not work unless you're getting the stuff for nothing. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to go onto the channel. We're going to do some screen grabs where I've done this and I've produced videos on my transfer to one actual eBay store. Hopefully, this ain't my paranoia speaking. Hopefully, this ain't eBay doing this to me because I'm a YouTuber that has a problem with the way they deal with some of the things, such as the complete nonsense they're giving me at the minute. Not just me, but you, the seller, you, the buyer, where you can't even buy a garden fork, for crying out loud, or a handle of a razor blade. What the f*** is eBay doing? I don't get it. I don't understand. And I don't think I ever will. But all they're doing is they're sleepwalking into bankruptcy. So I'm going to stop now, stop complaining, because I've got a lot more complaining to do about this while I move to Vinted, while I move to Depop, while I move to Etsy, while I move to Shopify. And I'm going to basically find ways of getting off their teat. I need to come away from eBay from now on in. I need to withdraw from eBay. They will die. In their current standing, at their current business projections, and their continuance to destroy seller prospects, including allowing subcontractors to reject perfectly good designer bags and claim them to be fake and reject the sale. We sold it on Vinted and it passed their authentication system. That tells you something, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to go this time and I'm going to show you some screen grabs of what I've done so far. Okay, guys, so this is an update of what's been going on recently. If you have a look at the sales that I've been doing, again, I want to show you over on the far side, the last 90 days in all my eBay stores, I have only made £55,000 in sales revenue just on eBay alone, not Amazon or OnBuy or other profiles such as Shopify. Now, that used to be a lot more. In the last 90 days, I would be looking at about 120,000. Last 90 days, 240. Yeah, so about 120,000 pounds. So I've taken a massive drop of 50% on my revenue. Again, it's gone down even more. If you look at my last 30 days, that's it there, 16,710 quid. That is a phenomenal loss. That works out as only approximately 38 or 48,000 pounds in 98 days, which means that my 90 days will go down again. This is unaffordable. I have 4 staff working for me. I made a payoff already with 4 staff in order to maintain the levels of income that we were getting in. So in the last 7 days, it has been the worst ever again. Last 7 days has been only 3 grand of sales. However, yesterday, as I put in this video, I've started to turn it. And I use this thing called Crosslist. I will show you Crosslist. There are a lot of advantages with this Crosslist, being able to, because remember, and I go back one step more because I forget this. The issues are this. I'm losing sales. I need to change how I do things. So what I'm doing is I'm focusing all my channels of eBay into one only site. pushing all my products onto one site. The site name will be told to you very soon because we're changing the name of the site anyway, because it's no longer just a fashion store, a bookstore, blah, 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 blah. It's all going to be pushed out, and I'll work out my VAT on a singular basis. In regards to yesterday, if you have a look at the yesterday's order here, £655. The day before that was only 200. The day before that was only 200. The day before that was only 200. So far today, I've already made £248. The aim is, in order to not make sure there's any redundancies in my company, is I need to break a minimum of £1,000 a day in sales. Minimum. That would push forward just break even point and allow the wages to be paid. I want to try and rise that up to about 1,500 to make profit again, back up to profit. So I'm going to show you what I've done and how I'm doing it. So InkFrog themselves, we have a full library of stock. This is the library coming up. This is what I sell. It has different things like SKU codes. If you have a look over here, there are SKU codes, the prices, what inventory I have, and what it actually is here, and the actual item number here. I do books, I do lighters, I do all sorts of things. And ultimately that's what I'm doing. If you have a look at the channels, if I look at the channels here, so go to my channels, select account, I have all these channels. These are all loaded with products for different reasons, for VAT reasons and for security reasons. But they're going to be basically stopped. We are no longer going to be using any of them accounts. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the boys to stop all the sales. And as you can see, these are sales that have now been ceased. If you have a look here, May the 14th, 11 a.m., that's when we actually just stopped that sale. All these products are going to be stopped now. All this stuff's going to be stopped. And in order that, the reason why we're stopping them all is I have to stop them from live and then push them onto the cross-linker, or push them onto the new Multitude eBay site. Anyway, so going on the dashboard, this is my dashboard here. Quite a class little system on CrossList. CrossList has been what I would regard as a pretty good system. Let me see if I can just click this back here. I don't know how to click that back. I'm finding it really hard to get to using this at the minute. Why is that like that? That shouldn't be anything like that. Goodness me. I'll go to this one here. That might be better. Click on here. Maybe enter, I think. So there's all the stuff that we're pushing so far onto from eBay onto CrossList. As you see, there's the eBay origin, and there is the eBay where it's listed. All this stuff here currently is on there, and I think I have got in or around, how many items have I pulled over so far? Well, it says that I pulled over 7,214. I'm not convinced the 7,214 items have been pulled over. Let me just see if I can do an import and see what happens. So I'll pull it from eBay, and I'm fetching now all the listings. Yeah, there's a few listings. So as you can see, it's saying there's 10,000 items there. And I want to only show what has not been imported. And that would be that. So I will highlight them. And there's another 347 to import into CrossList. So I'm going to let that do its wee work. And go over to Depop and Vinted. I was just checking the Vinted thing. There's an issue with Vinted where sometimes if you don't delist, it comes up with issues, and sadly that is a concern for me. It comes up with duplicate listings even though it was delisted. Sometimes I feel that the CrossList doesn't work for it. Shopify, my Shopify is cross-listed as well, so I'm now transferring products over. Okay, so during that time, you've just seen my doing my delisting, my relisting, my using my cross-lister now. Now, the link is below. Boom. This is where you can come and have a look at cross-list yourself to see if you want to transfer away from eBay onto Vinted, Depop, and that sort of stuff. I have actually I will put the list at the front of the video as well and in my bio. But I have now come to the conclusion that I am starting to see green shoots to what was a terrible business, because I realize only one thing. There is a lot happening here on eBay, a lot. What I can see is this. From November, these are the slaps that we've got from eBay and the world as a whole. eBay implemented GPSR. This has majorly affected Northern Ireland sales. I know this. I know that they've not worked this out, and I know that we're being hidden on numerous listings. The weather that we're having right now has been marvelous. It's been great, and I'm glad of it myself. But that is, I also believe, is a factor. eBay and dues and fees have gone up massively. And I believe it's because if you look at the way that they've reported the issues on eBay, they have stated very clearly that they've lost 9% of their users, but yet they've managed to maintain profitability like last year. What are they doing? Well, they're charging people like me more. And they're now charging basic private buyers a buyer protection fee, which is an absolute joke. So eBay are dropping. Their levels of sales are dropping because they don't have the customers in. And this is where I get this. This is where if you look at it, I'm going to try and put this into like two avenues. You've got eBay and you've got Vinted. Vinted charge zero to the seller. So when the seller sells their product, they can afford to play around with more money and allow the stuff to go out cheaper. eBay, on the other hand, charges seller fees, phenomenal fees at times. Now I will tell you what I'm doing later on in the next episode of this, where I went out of my way to try and proactively gain momentum back into the channel, my last eBay channel. And what that means is I am having to spend more in fees. So Vinted are zero fees, eBay are 30 to 35% fees, sometimes up to 40 in regards to their sales when you're advertising externally, internally, anchor fees, listing fees, end fees, fees for this, fees for that. They're as bad as the feckin' HMRC, I swear to God. So Vinted pass that savings onto the seller, and the seller then passes that onto the buyer, and the buyer buys more. So Vinted become a bit of a bargain hunt scenario. eBay is feckin' expensive. Why? Because if I sell an item, say for example this X Atom drive, and I'm selling you to the customer, if I sell that on Vinted, which I can't at the minute, but if I was selling it on Vinted, this drive could cost about £10 less on Vinted than it would on eBay, yet it's me selling it. And the reason is I have to make money to pay eBay fees. That's just simply it. So eBay don't get it. They're charging a buyer fee, and we're losing hand over fist buyers. They have basically just thinking they were going to run in. This is eBay's problem all the time. They always want to be someone that they're not. This is it. eBay wants to be someone that they're not. I remember years ago they wanted to be Amazon. They fecked that up massively, and now they're in between. Now they want to be Vinted, and they're fecking it up massively. So what is wrong with just being eBay? Why can't you guys just be eBay? You know, it was all right. It wasn't broke. You just wanted more profits, guys. Sometimes you best go and put a new platform out and leaving it be. eBay could have owned a larger, more experienced platform instead of fecking around with a platform that used to work. Anyway, so I digress. So you got competition. eBay, Vinted, whatnot, Amazon, they're all competing for the same moderate background of income. And that's the way it's working. The protection fee is not going to work, eBay. It's not going to work. And this is the final thing. And this is where I think I am now. Why am I seeing green shoots on a business that was massively declining by 50%? Well, I have decided to go for it. I have decided to pay eBay more money. eBay want more money. And I have done it. I went ahead and done it. to test it. And it's working. And that's what's going wrong. eBay just simply want more money, and feck the rest of us. They want more money out of us. So I went and I upped the ad fees to 15%. I'm on Anchor. I pay final value fees. I am a top-rated seller. I now offer free postage again because allegedly free postage just does not work with eBay. So eBay want everything for the customer. They want a lot more for themselves. And ultimately, we take the thinner slice of the pie. This is it. And this is why I am leaving eBay slowly. That's it. Lights out, guys.